And we're live. Is there anyone here? Anyone here? I'm trying to put my pattern on the screen where I can still see the pattern, but I can still see the chat, so bear with me. If my screen would cooperate with me, we'd be doing a lot better. Hi Toad, welcome. Alright, so we're gonna go there. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Hi, Terry. You hear me? Awesome. Awesome. You know, I'm kind of paranoid after that one night. Because, you know, till you said something, I was sitting here and I talked, I think, probably for a good 15 minutes before I knew that I wasn't being heard. I know, right? How are you doing today, Terry? Hi, Michelle. Right, so, oh goodness, 1, 2, 3, 4. You've been running all day. Running where? Did you take up running for the new year? 2 single crochets and an increase. Those ones. That was twice. And then 12. I got a toolbox and took Annibus to the vet, then had to get a new tool pouch. Okay. Is Annibus just a regular checkup or is something wrong with him? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's what matters. Oh, okay, 12-week shot. Oh, I did not realize he was that small or that young because he's pretty big. Oh, wow. And guys, if you're in here, don't forget to hit that thummies. Show me some love. Hit that thumb. One, all right, so 12, and then we're there. Hi, Tina. Hope you had a great day. The thumb was hit before you came in the front door. Very much appreciated. Oh, okay. Oh, that's going to be a big day for him. It's a really big day. Hi, Angela. Welcome. All right, 2. What is everybody working on today? Okay, that's once. I'm gonna look at the chat in just a sec. 1, 2, 3. I lose my spot so easily, it's not even funny. Okay, so that was twice. Oh, you finished the wrap. How'd it turn out? Still making Granny's grits. Michelle, did you finish your chicken? I know when I asked you, I think last week, or maybe it was earlier this week, you said it was too big. You were thinking about not finishing it. 12. But then you thought maybe you would finish it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It probably is beautiful. You should have showed it a little while ago so I could have actually seen it. 8. because this is the base of mine. This is what this looks like so far. All right, I'm on 12. Don't forget 12. I'm going to get a tape measure so that you can see. So I just started this little part right here of row 5. And that's how big it is so far. So I think when I finish row 5, this little bit around is going to be 7 inches, just row 5. And then I don't even know when we go up. Okay, right after this round is when we start going up. So it's probably, the base is going to be right around 7, maybe a little bit bigger. I am making a chicken. Michelle and Rosalie and Noni have been making emotional support chickens for like the last week or so, and I'm like, oh, I think I want one. So here we are. I've never made one before, so I'm using somebody's pattern that I'm not familiar with, so I have to take my time so I don't mess it up. So I did the 12 and then 3 and an increase. Right, I did the 12. I'm thinking I should have wrote down the pattern though so that I could cross it out as I go instead of looking at the screen, because I just feel like I'm gonna mess it up. So that was once. 1, 2, 3. All right, and this is 2. And we pause. You made a big one? An emotional support chicken? Hi Kelly, welcome. All right, so that was 2, and then we're going on. See what I'm working on, Kelly? You'll probably be next, right? Three. All right, so that's 3. Hi, God's Desire. That was 3. 1. And 4. Okay, Tina, we'll be here. All right, then 3 and an increase twice. Once. All right, so the next ones are all steady. I definitely need to get something to write with because, I don't know, can I write it on here? Oops. All right, just so that I can keep track of what row I'm on. Well, have a great night, Kelly. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Well, the next, I think like 8 rows are just single crocheting around, so nothing fancy. No increasing, no decreasing, nothing. Ten, 11, and 12. So you guys know what I discovered this morning when I went to put the cross stitch away. I decided I was going to go ahead and finish the section of little color that I was working on, or the color that I was working on before I put it up. And of course, I didn't have the camera going or nothing, so I was able to just sit comfortably and do it. It goes so much faster when I'm not worrying about the camera being in the shot or whatever. I did not know, but now I know. Just figure I'd pass that along. 13, 14, 15. Because I mean, it's probably the same with this because I have it here, and it's not normally how I crochet. I normally crochet and it's like on my lap. 15, 16, 17. But it's good to learn new things, right? 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 30. Does anybody have anything planned for the weekend? 30. 31. 32. And just crocheting 40. That's what you do when you're off of work. Michelle, how many more squares do you have to go? I need to make sure I have my notification on for you, Tina, so that I don't miss you. Gets hot with that light right there. Oh, I think I just forgot what number I was on. I think I said 50. I think that's where I was at. Probably 12. And what size are they? Like 6 by 6 or 12 by 12? 50. 51. 52. 60. Yeah, you know what? Let me write that down because I'm not going to remember. I probably do have the notification on. I probably do have my notification on, but for whatever reason, sometimes I just don't get notified. I know I'm not the only one. Okay. Note has been made. You just matched them to the t-shirt, but no, like what size is the squares? I mean, I know you held them up, but I couldn't tell. Maybe 6 by 6? Okay. Yeah, that sounds, well, I don't, your stitches are different from mine, but that sounds about right. You're not joining as you go, you're gonna join at the end, right? Do you know what stitch you're gonna join them with? God's desire, no plans. I bet you're crocheting something. How's the Ruana going? I've not crocheted for, well, I've not made an amigurumi for a little bit. 3, 4. And the blanket yarn just feels weird to me. Your squares are all single crochet? I thought they were granny squares. 5. 6. 7. 8. going well. I'm almost done with the back. Well, that's really good. Oh, okay, okay. So you're joining them as you go instead of waiting to the end. I like joining them with the granny square stitch. But of course, it hasn't been for clothing. It's mainly been for blankets. Oh, what number did I just say? I have no idea. I tell you, I don't keep count very good. Yeah. And really the only reason for counting at this point while I'm doing these rows is just to make sure that somehow I don't miss a stitch, which can be easy to do with the blanket yarn because a lot of times you just feel for the stitch because you can't really see the stitch. But I've lost count, so we'll start counting in the next round and just hope for the best. Okay. And you know how it is when you just like grab a free pattern from the internet. You don't know if it's going to be a good pattern or not, so I've no idea on this pattern because it was just off of Pinterest and I've not made it before, so we'll see if it's written well and if it turns out good. I've never done anything by this person, so if y'all want to connect with each other, go ahead and drop your link. All you gotta do is type in the word yarn. Yarn. Yeah, some are AI generated, and what's wrong with that is that you look at the picture and the picture looks great, But then when you try to crochet it, none of it makes sense and your project doesn't turn out, and so you've just wasted your time. So I'm hoping that this is not like that, because it did have reviews, you know, where the people were talking about it, you know, it came out great. So far it seems fine. I mean, I'm about to start round 8. So far it's fine. That's the first stitch of round 8. There's a whole lot of rounds. I don't know how many. So Tina, that's the same time for you, right? Yeah, I think that was right. Talking to your wife. How is Nicole? Tell her I said hello. 21, 22, 3, 30. Isn't this a pretty color for a chicken? She's doing pretty good. Took her home for surgery meds. Oh wow, I didn't realize she was still on her surgery meds. That was a long time. Sunday about 1. What would that be? Your time 1 o'clock, so that would be what, 2 here? Yeah. I was gonna say, cause Miss C goes live at Sunday at noon. I know we just talked times last night. 1, so That's either 2 or 3 my time, I don't know. That's why the notification will come in handy. 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thank you. Okay, so it's 12:17 here, so 2 hours. So yeah, so 1, that would be 3 my time. Okay. One, 52, 3, 4. So depending on how this one turns out, because with the blanket yarn it'll be bigger, then I want to make one with the chenille yarn. Chenille yarn is not my favorite yet. We don't have a good relationship. So I was like, let me do it with the blanket yarn first and see what it's supposed to look like and all that before I try working with this one. But the next one will be in the white yarn, and so I have longhorns. Yeah, that's leghorns, longhorns. Leghorns, yeah. And they're white, you know, with the red. And so I'm gonna try it with that. I also have brown ones, not like this, more like solid brown. And I do have some of that chenille yarn in that as well. 57, 58. So I think I'm gonna try them. 59, depending on how this one turns out. 60. If not, I could find another pattern. But those will be like so much smaller than what this one will be. Terry, what are you doing tomorrow? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, Seems like almost everybody's doing nothing or just crocheting. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, it is nice to just relax, not have to do anything. Go to, or what I did was go to 40. Y'all don't let me forget 40. Wait, let me, before I lose my count. Go to creatormix.com, and I think they require you to like sign up, like you gotta give them like your email or something like that. But then they have music that you can download and just use for your videos or your lives or whatever. They have certain rules though, but like the main thing that you can't do is like, you know how sometimes you see like the lives or like the YouTube channels that run music 24/7? Like you can't do that. But you can have it on your live and you can have it on your videos, whether they're paid or non-paid. But you have to give them credit in all your description, in your description box. And all you got to do is like put, music by creatormix.com, which is what I put in all of mine. There's not like a huge selection, but it, I have music and it's not silent, so I appreciate it. Because like my first, I think 1 or 2 lives were silent and I was very uncomfortable. Michelle was with me. I was like, oh my gosh, Michelle, where do I get music? How do I get music? Thank you. there was a couple other websites that you can do it through, but I found these guys the easiest. It just seemed, real user friendly with not very many rules. Oh, thank you. And then for my shorts, I just use YouTube. There's shorts music. And then some of my long videos have like music, but for that I also just pick something from YouTube. But yeah, anything that I can help you with, just let me know, ask away. I do not mind at all. And just like Michelle, I was actually thinking about making a little video of how I do my shorts and making it like unlisted for you, because it is the easiest. It's the easiest thing to do out of like long form or lives. It's just quick and easy, and I mean, there's really nothing to it. Two, three, 4, 5. I've used, yeah, I'm gonna, not raw. My fingers haven't gotten raw, but it's really tough on the skin, because I've used the Walmart. I don't remember what their brand is called, because I've used the Hobby Lobby Scrubology, and then the Walmart, what's that one called? Scrubby yarn, maybe? Oh, okay, yeah, absolutely. But just cotton, like that's the scrubby. So yeah, they're rough to work with. And then the peaches and cream and lily and cream. That's what I use to like make all like my dishcloths and the facial pads and stuff like that. The soap holders, and that's also pretty rough. It's just tough. Like that's like really like the only cotton that I have worked with as far as like making dishcloths and that kind of stuff. And then I was working on something, I don't even remember what, but I used the I love this cotton yarn from Hobby Lobby, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is like night and day. Like that cotton yarn was a dream to work with compared to the other. But I know the other lasts because I have dishcloths and yeah, that I have been using, I don't know, probably for 4 or 5 years, and they're still in great condition. And I mean, I put them through a lot because I am the dishwasher. So they go through a lot. So I know that that cotton holds up very well, but it's a pain to deal with, or at least it is for me. Yeah, the red heart yarn. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely irritating. Yeah. See, I hadn't worked with it before, and I did that day, and I was like, but I can't use it for like my kitchen and bathroom stuff because I have so many cones of the other that I have to use all of that first before, because if I start using the I love this yarn to make them, I will never go back to the other. Oh, I never thought about doing a bucket hat with them. That's a good idea. That'd be a good way to use it up. Yeah, the sugar and cream. Well, you know, the lily and cream is basically the same. They feel exactly the same to me. Yeah, it does do that. Like when I worked with it, 28, which I mean, I do quite often, my hands get so tired, and I know it doesn't really make sense. Like my hands get tired with the blanket yarn. I don't know what it is about the blanket yarn because it's just smooth. But I don't know if it's you have to pull harder. But with the cotton yarn that I use, my hands, my fingers, I feel like I'm working out, as opposed to when I use acrylic yarn or when I use I love this cotton. My hands don't do that. Or even like, even though I'm not crazy about this yarn just because of how much it sheds. It's so soft on like my wrist and my hands. It's nice as far as like crocheting, if I could stop it from shedding. I also saw um, there's somebody on YouTube, a channel that I don't remember their name, but they have copyright free music, and it's like the piano, and it's like super relaxing. And so I clicked, I'll have to go back and look at my history, but I clicked on like their description and or their link, and it sent me to Spotify. Now I don't have Spotify. I've never had Spotify, so I'm not familiar with it. But I'll have to look a little bit more into it, because if I can like sign up and like it not be like a payment plan or anything like that, then I could just like have the app and or do it through the website, and then I could play that music also for my live, and it would be okay to do. But I have to figure that out because I'm not familiar with it, and I don't know how I feel about having to be running Spotify the whole time as well as I'm running a live. I don't know if that would bog down the internet or anything like that. And I don't know, I don't think you can download them, I'm not sure. But when I find out more, I'll let you know. Okay, yeah, see, I've never dealt with them, so I don't know. Yeah, that's where I saw, I was watching her, and she had that in her description, you know, like you're supposed to do. And so then I went and I clicked on it, and it took me to a YouTube channel. And then in that YouTube channel, in the description box, it had the links. Like it had multiple links. And then I clicked on that, and it took me to Spotify. And so like I clicked to like download it or to like add it to my list, and it wouldn't let me do anything. It wanted me to sign up, and that's as far as I got with it. Yeah, it's very relaxing. I enjoy it. And so I definitely need to look into that. And just, you know, variation. I mean, it's nice to have options. Because I have this one and this music, and this is the, what's this one called? Just relaxing lo-fi. And then I have the chill hop lo-fi, which is a little bit more upbeat, which is this one. Let's see. It sounds relaxing right now, but it gets a little bit more upbeat than the other. And then they had some kind of rock. I don't think I've played that for y'all yet. Hi, Jane. How are you doing tonight? glad to hear that. Me too, me too. Yeah, it's something like that, Michelle. I am making an emotional support chicken. So this is like her base. You're loving your chicken or this chicken? That I'm working on. Oops, 8. Don't want your whole, thank you. This is, there's a kind of chicken and their name starts with a W. I don't remember what it is, but it starts with a W, and they're kind of like this, where they're speckled. They're absolutely beautiful. And so, yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. I think, because I thought it had an H and a Y in it, but I could be wrong. Let me look that up real quick. I already, yes. Yeah, what Tina just wrote down, that's it. And so that's what this yarn reminded me of. And I'm like, yeah, chicken would look great in this. And I don't have any of these chickens, but I do have the leghorn and then the brown ones. So I will make those. Because you like those chickens? Yeah, we saw some. We went apple picking a couple years ago, and you know they had like a little petting zoo there, and they had these birds, and I hadn't seen them before, and we were like, wow, those are nice. I mean, we don't need any birds, but they were very pretty to look at. Thank you, Tina. All right, Terry, you have a great night, okay? I hope you get some good rest. I haven't seen Granny in a few days. Oh, that's not true. She was at Michelle's live yesterday in the beginning. I mean, I didn't talk to her. It's funny how you meet people on here and you miss them even though you don't know them like in person, you know? I think it's gonna be a good sized chicken too. It probably could have been a little bit bigger, but we'll see. The only yarn that I have that's bigger than this one or thicker than this one is a blue one, and I don't think I want a blue chicken. And I definitely don't want to work with 2 strands of this together. That just not something I want to do. So this size will have to work. Oh, and the other one's going to be even smaller, so we'll see. I think I'm going to enjoy them regardless. Y'all don't forget to hydrate. I'm stopping to hydrate. We used to have Rhode Island Reds years ago. They produce a lot of eggs. I bet it's gonna be really pretty because the 2 that she's made so far are beautiful. She is, and she does it with worsted weight yarn, which takes longer than doing it like this, you know? And she does such a good job, and without patterns. I don't even know how she does it. You know, because it would be one thing if like she did it and she did it without pattern, but you know, her work was like iffy, but her work is so pretty. Now Rosalie, she's just on a whole nother level. Like, she's like a crochet master. And she doesn't tire. My gosh, that girl can crochet 24 hours a day. So fast too. Like, I'm just amazed. Rosalie is Rosalie's Craft Creation. Is that right, Michelle? Rosalie's Craft Creation. Yeah, I think that's it. And she does, when they go live, it's a panel of Rosalie, Michelle, and Noni. And they just take turns up there on the panel. But Rosalie has tutorials on her channel. And she creates absolutely gorgeous amigurumis. Crafts and more. Where did I get the creation? Oh, she changed it. Okay. I don't even know her channel name. I just Noni. That's Thank you for putting that on there. Sometimes I still think I want to make a Mr. Bubbles. Mr. Bubbles is a penguin that Rosalie made for Michelle. And he is, I don't know, he's pretty big, maybe 21, 24 inches tall. I don't know how wide, but he is gorgeous. Yeah, it is. Oh, good. So then you've seen Rosalie's work. Right now she's focused on Valentine's because she has a market, I think, a few days before Valentine's. And so she is making all the Valentine things. She crochets roses and puts them on stems and puts them in the wrap and in a vase. I mean, just so creative. So creative. I, on the other hand, don't really crochet for holidays. I need to so that I can put my items in the store, but I crochet what I want to crochet when I want to crochet it. And so that's probably not great for business, but yeah, eventually it'll be there on time, right? Like I can crochet, if I crochet Valentine's Day stuff in April, then it'll be available for next Valentine's Day. So I'm always playing catch up. I know I'm not the only one, but she is on it. Definitely, Tina, definitely. She does every day. Like, it's not like it's more than that, Michelle. She does it several times a day, but yes, at least once a day. You know, like she made the heart bag, and she just did that like out of nowhere in no time, and even added the liner. You know, it just shows the quality of her work. Well, you just keep at it. Just keep at it. Yeah, it was. That's funny, Michelle. That's right, Tina. Just enjoy it. you do quite often too. Alright, so that was the end of that round, and it looks like we start decreasing now. Decrease, one decrease. Alright, so that's our first decrease, and then 28. So now we do 2 decreases. And of course we do the invisible decrease, so we're only picking up the front loop, which can be a little difficult to get into. Alright, so that's our decreases, and then we do more single crochet. just single crochet around. I didn't do any yarn organization today at all. I think after all that yesterday, I needed a break today. Tina, do you know what your live is going to be on? 56. Alright, so that's the end of that one. Chat and crochet. I am drinking decaf green tea and water. Ever since I was doing that live, I don't know, like a month ago or so, well, I don't know, it hasn't been that long, I don't think. And my foot cramped. I have the whole quart of decaf tea with me, and I have 40 ounces of water every single time. And I try to make myself drink quite often. Oh, that's a neat idea. Yeah, you will. I think you said us because, you know, you're going to be there, I'm going to be there, Michelle's going to be there, you know, so us. I can't even tell if that was my decrease. I think that was my decrease. You know, I do that all the time too. I'm like, we are doing this, we are doing that. Now we're going to do this. It's just me. All right, that's the end of that one. Hi, Lori. Welcome. I am working on a chicken, an emotional support chicken. And this is what we have so far. This is her bottom side. And we're decreasing now. Thank you. I do. I have an Etsy shop where I have some things on there, but I probably have like another 100 or 200 that I just haven't put on there. I need to. because I rather crochet than take pictures of the thing and take video. I mean, I like doing the YouTube shorts, but like the video, and then you have to put all your wording and description and size, you know, and that just takes away from doing what I really want to do. And sometimes I tell myself, oh, I'm just going to take the pictures and just put it up there. 3, 4, 5. But then I get in there and I don't allow myself to do that because that would not be thorough, you know? You want people to know exactly what they're getting, and so you should list a description, but it just takes so much time. Now I've seen people do like lives, like in the middle of the night on here, and like sell items, you know, and so then people just see them in the picture. Now I don't know enough about it, so I don't know how they're getting paid or anything like that, but I'm like that would be ideal, you know, like I can sit here and do a live. 3, 4, 5. So I can sit here and do a live and just like show things and sell things, you know, that would just be great. You just show them around, you know, I could measure them right here and bam, sold. As opposed to dealing with my little Etsy shop. I appreciate it. If you go, just go ahead. Actually, all of you on here, if you go to the shop, do not feel obligated to buy anything, but if you could just favorite the shop, that would help get it out there, because I've only made I've only made 2 sales. So just favorite, you know, adding it to like your favorites or whatever. I think that helps with, I don't know if it's an algorithm for them as well, but it helps to put the things out there more. Yeah, I know, I've seen people do it, and I'm like, you know, I need to know more about it. We must be twins in that way. Enjoy the crochet and social part. Let's see, Lori says, I sell work that people specifically ask for and pay me for materials. Shipping is applicable and a little for my time. That would be nice. Oh, thank you, Jane. Jane just dropped the link to my shop. They probably have PayPal or something. Well, I have PayPal, and I have the Cash App, and I have the Venmo. You know, because if you do shows, people pay you like that. But as far as like I don't know, like you don't know these people or anything like that. Like, I don't know, I'd have to watch more and see exactly what they're doing. But yeah, I have some things on my shop. I have so much more that is just waiting to get photographed and measured and added on. You know, and I'd love to say, oh, I'm gonna get that done in such amount of time, like a week or 2 weeks or a month, but no. I don't want to make a commitment that I don't know I can keep. And And I also see people, I don't post on Instagram that often, but I also see people on Instagram that they just like post the pictures. So like I would do my chicken and I would take like 3 or 4 pictures and I would just post it on there. And then people DM them and then their items are sold. And I'm like, I guess I'm not a big self-promoter. I ought to be, but I'm not. One, two, all right, this round we're just single crocheting around, no decreases. And she probably does very well, doesn't she? I see people post things on there and like in no time they're like sold. I'm like, but I don't have that big of a following either though. I imagine you have to have a good following to be able to sell your stuff like that. I think like doing it on a live on here would be, I kind of like that idea. I mean, you might not sell anything, you might sell everything, but you know, there is no picture taking. You just sit here, you show it, you talk about it, and you know, when the live is over, then you can just ship the stuff and be done with it. But I've never done it, so I don't know. There might be a lot more to it than just that. Yeah, did she have a big following on TikTok? because that is definitely a selling platform. Yeah, I don't do Facebook. I did a page for like the business, but I don't really do anything on there. I got it set up though, just in case, and that way I'd have it. Well, that round went by quickly. Okay, this is another decrease round. Yeah, it's funny how that works, right? It can go from a lot to none. This is Bernat blanket. And the color is very pretty for a bird. Oh, it's actually Bernat blanket speckle in typewriter. And so this is a pattern that I found on Pinterest. I have not done this pattern before. So far it seems to be working out pretty good. It's looking like a chicken, so I'm gonna go with, it's probably gonna turn out okay. I wanted to make it in white, but I figured I'd do it with the Bernat blanket because I like working with Bernat blanket a lot more than I like working with, this is Premier Just Chenille, I believe, and it sheds an awful lot. It's gonna, I believe I know the chicken's gonna be a lot smaller than this chicken. Maybe not quite half, but pretty close. Because it's, even though this is a bulky weight, it's still a lot smaller. You can, let's see. But I wanted to go ahead and make one with the Bernat blanket that I'm used to working with before I tried working with this yarn. The Bernat blanket is a little bit rougher on the hand. It takes more like strength and movement to get your yarn to go where you need it to go. This one is a lot smoother to work with. I mean, I feel like I want to say like it's like butter because it's just that smooth, but the shedding to me is a big problem. So like and sometimes it only does it at the beginning and at the end, but sometimes it does it in between. And I haven't figured out how to stop that just yet. But I really do want to like this yarn. I've only done a few projects with it. Because when I come up with a project, it's not the yarn. Like, I want it to be the yarn that I go for. But if I have the color in Bernat blanket, I will go for that before I will go for this. Just because I don't enjoy working with it. I love the way it feels as far as smooth on my hands, but I don't like this. And that's just a little, like if I was doing a chicken right now with that, the whole table would be just full of this everywhere. Yes, Lori, it is. Thank you. Yeah. And now the Bernat Baby is not as hard, even though it's the same yarn, but it's a tad bit thinner. So it's not as hard, I think, on my hands than the regular Bernat. But I do really want to really like this yarn. I really do. 6 and a decrease. Ugh. That's what, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. That is the thing with Bernat, though. I found the same thing with the Premier, is that it's really hard to see your stitches. So a lot of it I just do by feel. You just feel for your stitches. It can be great or frustrating. So far to me it's frustrating. But only the shedding part, that's the only part that I have a hard time with. Like I said, I think it feels great and the projects look great, you know. It's nice because, you know, I can have a big chicken with this one and then a smaller chicken with this one. You know, like the penguins that I showed earlier. One is in the Bernat blanket and the other one is in the Premier. And the size difference is like quite drastic. But I mean, you know, I think it's great. Do you know the trick with the magic circle and chenille? Use another basic yarn for the circle, then join the chenille. I don't have a problem doing my magic circle with the chenille. I have it has broke on me like I think once, but I think I just pulled too hard because I get it to break with the Bernat blanket sometimes too if I'm not like really thinking about it and I'm just like pulling. But if I think about it, I close them just fine. But thanks for the tip. You know, I probably will try that. If I can remember, I probably will try that just because the acrylic, you know, is going to be so much stronger and you can pull on it relatively hard. And I think it probably would hold it better too. Yeah. I used a magic circle. What do you mean to secure the ends? I found that if I pull on it, you know, if I leave enough out here and I do, let's see. Now that I'm gonna like do it in front of you, it will probably shred, but so if I find that I come all the way up here and not towards like the bottom and just pull gently, like, you know, like that, like it goes just fine. I don't know if you can see if that was visible, but yeah. But I leave enough down here. Okay, let's see. Remove some of the make sure I didn't miss anybody when we were shredding it on that one. Yeah. Remove some of the fibers from the core threads, then tie the 2 core threads in a double knot. Okay, so you're saying remove this, like for how much? And of course, because now I'm actually like trying to like get it to come off, it's not coming off. But believe me when I tell you, it just comes off all the time. It's not coming off though. I'm working on it, I'm working on it. I guess you just gotta do a little bit at a time. I'm about to learn something. I just learned a trick with acrylic and now I'm about to learn. Jane, if you fix this for me, that would be awesome. Because I really do want to like this yarn. All right, so I took that much off. That's like maybe 5 inches. Enough to expose the threads for tying. Oh, okay, so I didn't need to do quite that much. I saw some people burn the ends of their chenille to stop the end from shredding, but that would make me nervous. Okay, so I did that, and then I just take... Oh, that makes sense, because then you would have a knot. Oh, I think I went too far. There's 3 threads in there. Does that matter? Just take the 2. Okay, so then you just make a knot and then it's supposed to not shred. But what about when it sheds like in the middle of my project? Then I'm not like with the ends, it just... This is good though. I mean, look at that. That's like genius. Well, I mean, I am gonna, the next chicken I make is gonna be with that white yarn, so we'll see. All right, let's see. Burn the ends. I might have to try that too, because I burn when I'm using the cheap safety eyes. I have good safety eyes and then I have cheap safety eyes. And not that I bought them like that, it's just like what was mailed out to me. And so when I'm using the cheap ones, I burn and then I flatten this so that they don't come out. So I don't have a problem with burning things. But I don't, maybe that works, I don't know, I'll have to see. Tie all the threads in a double knot. Okay, yeah. A small drop of anti-fray liquid for added security. I don't have any of that. And that would just be to the end, like where I made the knot. That would just be on this part. Okay, I'll have to look at that. But yeah, I'm definitely, when I get done with this chicken, I'm gonna do the white chicken. And then if the white chicken works out with this yarn, then I'm gonna do one in the snickerdoodle color, which is that like that pretty like tan brown. And yeah, if that works, that'll be great. And wouldn't you just burn? Wouldn't you just take the lighter and just like burn right there? Like just, and be done with it? I don't remember if that was my decrease or not, but I think that was just 6 and then my decrease. I missed something. What did I miss? Turn the threads together, yes. Watch someone do it. I hope that helps you. I hope so too, Jane. I really do. That would be great, because like I said, I really want to love that yarn. Their color selection is, you know, they have a lot of great colors, so I really do. And it's so much yarn too. Okay. This is what's great about lives, you know? You just chit chat with each other. You learn so much. Alright, then this round is just a single crochet around, round, and then it says we start stuffing, and then we'll have, let's see, a decrease round, a single crochet around, another decrease. Yeah, we still have, more to go. I like amigurumis because I like shaping the bodies, like the in and the out. And I mean, like, yeah, this is like decreasing just a little, for making the shape like that. But it's like, I don't feel like I'm making an amigurumi like with all the increases and decreases and stuff like that. I guess because there's not that much shape to it. I can't wait to try to crochet with that, Jane, that way. You might just have solved a big problem for me. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Thank you. Alright, so that was a single crochet around and stuff the body and decrease. I'm going to decrease, I'm not going to stuff the body yet. So that's 5. think I'm going to try to figure out how to do one of these on the Centro. Because I think it should be relatively easy. Just from looking at this shape, I would just do however many rounds, enough to double it over, get it to how I want it, and then I would just like sew this end close. I would have to, I don't know if I would do it on the same 48, because I would need this part to be higher for the head. So I don't know if I get it at that high, and then I might just get it however high I want it, and then fold these in a little, and then sew that, and then the head is up. Yeah, I gotta work on that. So I think I can do that. I try to do that. I'll get like a crochet, I'll crochet something, and then I'll want to do it on the Addy. Because then I have options, you know? If I'm in a crocheting mood and I'm not having any kinds of pain, then I can crochet. But if I am having pain or I don't want to crochet, then I can just do it on the machine. Alright, so we finished that one. That was 21, so we did that. Okay, now we gotta stuff, because then we gotta fold the body in half and crochet half of it shut. Okay, so it's like snow, it's like clouds. a lot of stuffing. I think that might be enough. If not, we'll have to add more after we close it up a little. But that seems good. All right, so stuff the body, fold it in half, 9 single crochets. I know I'm out of the frame. I'm trying to like squeeze it closed and get like the first stitch in there. Alright, so I got the first one in there. She might be a little overstuffed, but I don't like when they feel like understuffed. I'm still here, Tina. Okay, so that was the 9 stitches there. And then it says this is going to be, so that was 9, so that took up 18 stitches. And then we're going to do 18 single crochets around here, and that's going to make the head. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Tina. Jane says, I'm still here. I don't know what she's going to be. Let's see, that said fold in half. We had the 36. We took up 18, right? Because that was 9. Okay, I have extra stitches. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And I'm only supposed to have one more stitch. Did I skip a decrease row? I don't know, I guess I could just close this off more and leave her. So that's what, so that would be 18. So I have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll go 2 more stitches on this closed part and that'll fix. So that was 2 stitches taken up there, and then we'll do it again. Okay, and so that takes up, and then we should have 18. So that was that one. So that's basically the neck and start of the head. So the next 2 rounds, we're just going around. And then we have a decrease. And then we're ready for the eyes. But, so that's what she's looking like. And so this is going to come up just, what did I say? 3 rounds. So round 22, 23, 24, yeah, so 3 rounds coming up for her head, and then we decrease, we add her eyes, then we decrease more. But then we gotta make 2 wings, we gotta make the border for the wing, we gotta make her comb, we gotta make her beak, and if we're gonna give her wattles, which I don't mind, maybe not. So that's still, even after we finish these, all the rows for the head. Tina says, beautiful ladies, I need to go now. Thank you for letting me hang out with you all. This was fun. I look forward to seeing your next live. Well, we look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Hope that you have a great night. Have a wonderful and blessed weekend. Guys, I'll be right back. Okay, did I miss anything? No. All right, I had to get my fan because I keep getting really hot and really cold. And for the cold, I have the sweater, but for the hot, I don't have anything. All right, so we did that row, but we still have, I'm gonna go ahead and finish her head, but then we still have wings, wing border, cone, beak. This is just her body and head. We did the 18th. All right, so we're on 23. All right, so this is the end of this one, and then we do one more just like what we just did. This is a weird angle. All right, so that was 23 and 24. 25 is is a decrease, and then we're ready for our eyes. So 1 single crochet and a decrease. Alright, so now we're ready for the eyes. 324. So the eyes go on this row, and then this is 3 single crochets. That seems like a little cool. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that's gonna go up. And she's looking a little wonky. Trying to figure out what. Maybe it's just because she doesn't have a beak yet and her head's not closed. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put the back on. I hate to do that though when she's not looking perfect. Oh, I hope she's still here. Good night, Lori. I got so distracted by the chicken. Have a wonderful and blessed weekend. I'm not sure that these eyes are gonna work because I don't know if you can see that. Like, I am pushing as hard as I can and they're just popping right back out. If I can get him to at least catch once, then I can burn them. Okay, maybe that's a bad backing. Yeah, that one's, because this one looks much smaller. Yeah, that one went on. That one looks tiny though. I had to turn the fan off so that I can burn these. Where's my little tool? And if you ever burn these, if you haven't before, be careful about, don't touch them. Like if I touch that one right now, it's gonna burn me because it is like super hot. And I've done it before. I mean, not like intentionally, but my hand slipped. Alright, so those are good now. I'm gonna let them cool off a little bit, and then I got to, I believe, stuff the head. I think we're at that part. And right now she looks like a really mean chicken. Alright guys, I didn't realize I'd been on here for 3 hours already. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. And we're not gonna finish her tonight. But as soon as I finish her, I will post a little short of her. And I will definitely show her on the next live, which won't be till Wednesday. So I do appreciate y'all being here with me, spending your valuable time. I hope that you all have a wonderful and blessed weekend. Till I see you again. Bye, guys.